Well, I've been always asking myself why Gabriel Jesus has only started 2 preseason games. One against Watford, that was behind closed doors at the London Conley, and it ended 1-1. And that of the MLS All-Stars, where he came in through and scored a brace and made 1 assist. The rest of the games, he never really started those games, especially the game against, this is the game of Manchester United. No, he came off the bench. The game of Barcelona, he never started it. Nuremberg, he never started it. So, yet last season, that wasn't the case. That wasn't the case. When he came in through at Arsenal, he started every preseason game that Arsenal played with Nuremberg, with Orlando, with Everton, and with Chelsea, and with Sevilla. Now, something was into my head, and I never wanted to come out and obviously give you news because of my my thoughts, But my consciousness was telling me that Jesus is having a problem. And guess what? Yesterday, I broke this story onto this channel that Jesus is out of the squad that was going to play against Monaco in the Emirates Cup finale. And I saw my friend, is it David Sozi, coming out and telling me, Rokani, no, Jesus is part of the team. And I think you saw it all, that he never appeared in the match squad, hence not taking part into that entire full game. So, most of you really had a problem with that. You're asking yourselves what was really wrong. And all we're waiting for was Arteta's post-match press conference that will obviously give us the reality about this. And hence, he has gone ahead to let us know what is the problem with Gabriel Jesus. So welcome to Rokani Media Football. How are you guys, and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rokani David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Also talked about Bukayo Saka. Most of you were worried about Bukayo Saka not featuring into that game of football that Arsenal drew with Monaco and later won on penalties. And finally, we have a word from the gaffer himself about Bukayo Saka, why he didn't feature into that game, because most of us were worried, after Jesus not making the squad and Bukayo Saka starting on the bench. We said something might be really wrong with this duo of Arsenal, but obviously he has gone ahead to address that, and we now know why Bukayo Saka never featured into that fixture too. So smash the like button, close to 400 times. Don't forget to subscribe so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokani David remains my name. Now, this is what he had to say on Gabriel Jesus' injury. Unfortunately, he has a little procedure this morning. He had a little procedure this morning. He had some discomfort in his knee that has been causing some issues, and they had to go in and resolve it. It's not something major, but he's going to be out for a few weeks, I think. Now, the knee problem for Gabriel Jesus looks like it's going to be recurring. Now, you'll ask yourself, was he hurried back? I don't think so, because there are very many other games that Arsenal needed him and was not up, and was available training, and they never brought him back immediately, meaning that by the time they brought him against Fulham, he was really fully fit to play, and obviously he had gone through the best. Now, this is something worrying for Arsenal, that you cannot start off your season like this when Jesus is injured. The first third of the season that we played, that the Premier League teams played, he was available. The second third, he was away, and for the last third, he was present, and it's always good maybe to see your players available at the start, but it can act like a blessing in disguise that Arsenal starts off their season where they're not having Gabriel Jesus, and then they really get to know that they need another centre forward. They need to sell Balogun and get in maybe another centre forward, or they're going to keep Balogun so that he takes them through this spell until Jesus really returns, because you cannot trust Nketiah with leading the line. And for this, I can tell you, if Arteta makes a choice of keeping Balogun will come out and obviously outstart Nketiah, because Balogun is a beast and his hunger is way above the ordinary. Then Arteta went ahead to tell us that on how big blow Jesus' injury is. He said, yeah, it's a big blow because we had him back to his best, especially with the way he played against Barcelona, and he was in good condition, and we've lost him. He's been feeling some discomfort in the few weeks. So this is not something new. He has been feeling that discomfort in his knee for some weeks. So I think that's why I never started him very many games. And I saw him against Barcelona when he came on. Oh my God. Did he start? Did he come on? Because I saw him roll down, right? I think against Barcelona he started, but against Manchester United when he came on, I saw him roll down the pitch. When I think was it Casemiro? Yeah, Casemiro had a kick into his knee, and I think that really caused its worsening. But all I know is that they should take precaution, and Jesus should find the best for this knee. If he needs a new knee surgery, he should go for it. Because knees have stopped very many carriers of credible players that we've seen in this world. So if at all I'm Gabriel Jesus, I just find myself settled down well and give this knee the best of treatment it deserves, and then he finds himself in a space of really going. And then he continued to say the following on how big this injury is for Jesus, that yeah, it's a big blow because we had him back on his best, especially while he played against Barcelona and he was in a good condition. So that's what he said. And on if it's a new injury for Jesus, he said no, it is something related to his previous injury that he had and the surgery. He had some irritation in the knee and we had to get it resolved. So the doctors are doing all what it's possible so that they obviously get Gabriel Jesus back to his full fitness, but don't really expect him to play in the game against Man City, maybe the game against Nottingham Forest. And I think Arsenal can win those first 10 games of the season, even if they're not getting Gabriel Jesus. The addition of Kai Havertz can really do great in the forward line of Arsenal. Nketiah, Balogun, and Leandro Trossard can lead that line very well and obviously give Arsenal the wins that they really desire. Now, this is the big question that was really asked Mikel Arteta, and let's see what he had to reply, because most of you, we are waiting for this. Arteta was asked on if Jesus' injury changes any transfer plans for Balogun. They say the plan with Flo doesn't change at all, but unfortunately with Gabi, we are not going to have him. We have other options to play with different qualities of players, so we will adapt. Yeah, I really believe that Arsenal can adapt through this, and I think this time round, through Kai Havertz, he can lead that line and obviously do the hold-up play very, very well, better than Leandro Trossard and better than Edin Nketiah. But it's like Arteta is confirming us that they're going to sell Balogun, and Balogun went on and stormed the office of Arsenal and told them that, please, you are charging an asking price that is really hefty on me, £50 million. Teams can only get you £35 million. Why don't you take it? And what Balogun doesn't know in this business is that the seller determines the asking price of his commodity, and this time round, Balogun is a commodity of Arsenal, so he has no right to go ahead and obviously decide what Arsenal should ask for him. You know, Arsenal are selling a player who was one of the highest league scorers in the league. That is in Europe, I think in French League 1, and then I think no one outscored him in the world at his age. Because I think Haaland is 22. Not so. Okay, it was only Haaland, but being the second best goal scorer in Europe at your age, 21, guys, it's really something huge for the player of Florent Balogun. But it looks like Mikel Arteta and his board have gone ahead to make a decision that this guy is up for sale and they are going to sell him. That is it, and that is what we are getting in from Mikel Arteta. But he's so much confident that his team will adapt to play without Gabriel Jesus. And I believe it will, because when you're having an engine of Declan Rice that I saw play very, very well last night, I think they have the best. And I think they can have Kai Havertz read that line, and his height can help them a lot. Good hold-up play, the way he's going to really read the runs of other players, it's really going to work out well for the club of Arsenal. So wait and see how that pans out, but it looks like Gabriel Jesus is out for weeks, and it's a huge knee injury blow, and we don't know for how long it's going to keep him out for. Then another one that missed out was Bukayo Saka, and when Arteta was asked on why Bukayo Saka didn't feature, he said he was fine, but afterwards he wasn't feeling great on the bench, and we didn't want to use him. I think he had some sickness or some illness, so we could not use him too. So Bukayo Saka was ill, and for the variety of players that Mikel Arteta really has now, he cannot risk any player, and that is really a positive of Mikel Arteta as he jets into this season, because last season he could even force Bukayo Saka or Gabriel Jesus or Thomas Partey on the field of play if at all they even had injuries. But this time round, even if they are ill, he can obviously risk it throughout, knowing that I'm having a team that can obviously get the job done and dusted. So that is another positive that Arsenal has as they jet into this season, because Bukayo Saka has been giving them lots of goals, and we saw yesterday Fabio Vieira being played onto that side, and I think sometimes Kai Havertz might obviously go ahead and play there. Leandro Trossard can also be played onto the right forward position. So I think the quality that Mikel Arteta really has can see him play without Bukayo Saka, and can obviously change the system to like a 3-4-3 with Ben White, Saliba, and Gabriel Magalhaes in the back three, right? Then he plays Zinchenko, left wing back. Then he plays Julian Timber as a right wing back. Then with two midfielders, that is Thomas Partey, Thomas Partey and Declan Rice. Then he plays with three forwards, that is Odegaard, right forward, Jesus or Edin Ketia, center forward, and Gabriel Martinelli as a left forward. So that is something great for Arsenal. And a team improves day in, day out. Season in, season out, Arteta has shown us that improvements have been really accustomed at Arsenal, and I'd like to acknowledge him that he has gone ahead to give Arsenal a new face. And for the very first time, after very many years, when Arsenal had the likes of Nasri, Fabregas, Heleb, Rosicky, Songo Bilong, Flamini, Adebayo, I think they also had Robin van Persie. They had the Kylian Gibbs of this world. I think that's the last team of Arsenal that Arsenal had that was really great and had a lot of squad depth, and it's coming like a decade later. So that is kudos to Mikel Arteta, and we acknowledge him for obviously giving Arsenal a new face. So guys, your thoughts on Gabriel Jesus' huge knee injury blow are welcome in the comment section below. What do you make about Arteta's reaction to the transfer plan of Balogun not changing even though Jesus is injured, and Bukayo Saka being injured, and how do you think Arsenal will go ahead of this because he was ill? So I sign out for now. See you later. I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. May the living true God bless you abundantly. Rokani David remains my name. My Muslim viewers and subscribers, Barak Lau Fikum, and may Allah bless you abundantly. See you later. Bye bye.